Get ready for an amazing adventure. Today, we're diving into something that can truly change your life. Have you ever felt stuck or weighed down by things that just seem to drag you back? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about 9 things you should quietly eliminate from your life to find more happiness, health, and fulfillment. You might be wondering, why these 9 things specifically? Let me share a bit of my story. By letting go of these negative influences, I've seen incredible changes in my life. My mind feels clearer, my stress levels have dropped, and I've even seen my relationships improve. It's amazing what can happen when you make space for positivity and growth. Each of these points is essential, and I really encourage you to watch all the way through because they all play a crucial role in creating a better life. Before we get started, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you're already part of our community, thank you so much for your support. You're the reason we keep creating content. So grab a pen and paper, take some notes, and let's explore how eliminating these 9 things can transform your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's get started. Number 1, toxic friends. Let's talk about something that's crucial for your mental and emotional well-being. Eliminating toxic friends from your life. This can be a tough subject because friends are supposed to be our support system, right? But sometimes, certain friendships do more harm than good. Let's dive into why it's important to recognize toxic friendships and how to manage them. First, you need to identify what makes a friend toxic. Do they always seem to bring drama or negativity into your life? Toxic friends often focus on what's wrong, never what's right. They complain constantly, and their negativity can be contagious. Friends should be there for you, celebrating your successes and comforting you in tough times. If your friend constantly undermines your achievements or isn't there when you need them, that's a red flag. Toxic friends might use manipulation to get what they want, making you feel guilty or obligated to do things their way. This can be emotionally exhausting. While a little envy can be natural, toxic friends often display excessive jealousy. They might downplay your accomplishments or act resentful when good things happen to you. And after spending time with them, do you feel exhausted or drained? A good friendship should energize you, not leave you feeling worse. Eliminating toxic friends can significantly improve your mental health. Constant negativity and drama from toxic friends add unnecessary stress to your life. By distancing yourself, you can reduce this burden and find more peace. Toxic friends can chip away at your confidence and self-worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive and positive people can help you build a healthier self. Image. When you're not bogged down by someone else's negativity, you can focus better on your own goals and aspirations. This leads to personal growth and achievement. Eliminating toxic friends doesn't mean you have to cut them off abruptly, though in some cases it might be necessary. Start by setting clear boundaries. Let them know what behavior is unacceptable and stick to your limits. This might mean limiting the amount of time you spend with them or avoiding certain topics of conversation. Sometimes, people aren't aware of their toxic behavior. Have an honest conversation about how their actions affect you. Be calm and non-confrontational but firm about your feelings. If the behavior doesn't change, start to distance yourself gradually. Be less available and engage less in conversations. Focus on spending time with people who bring positivity into your life. It can be emotionally challenging to let go of a friend, even a toxic one. Seek support from other friends or a therapist to help you navigate your feelings and stay strong in your decision. Redirect your energy towards building and nurturing relationships that are positive and supportive. Invest time in friends who respect you, uplift you, and share your values. I know firsthand how difficult it can be to let go of toxic friends. I had a friend who was always negative and manipulative. It took me a long time to realize how much their behavior was affecting me. But once I set boundaries and eventually distanced myself, I felt a huge weight lift off my shoulders. My mental clarity improved, and I had more energy to focus on the things and people that truly mattered to me. Remember, you deserve to have friends who support and uplift you, not ones who drag you down. It's not about being harsh or unkind. It's about protecting your own well-being and fostering a healthy environment for yourself to grow and thrive. So, take a moment to reflect on your friendships. Are there people who bring more negativity than positivity into your life? If so, it might be time to make some changes. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Number 2, living in the past. Letting go of living in the past. This is something many of us struggle with, but it's essential to address if we want to move forward and find true happiness and fulfillment. Living in the past can take many forms. Perhaps you're holding on to past mistakes, replaying them over and over in your mind, wishing you could change what happened. Maybe you're stuck on lost opportunities, constantly thinking about the what-ifs and if-onlys. Or you might be holding on to old grudges and resentments, allowing them to dictate your present emotions and actions. When we dwell on the past, we trap ourselves in a cycle of regret and negative thinking. This mental loop can prevent us from experiencing the present fully and hinders our ability to plan and hope for the future. It's like trying to drive forward while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. It's exhausting and ineffective. One of the first steps in breaking free from the past is acknowledging that it's over. What's done is done, and no amount of rumination can change it. Instead, focus on what you can control, the here and now. Practice mindfulness techniques to ground yourself in the present moment. Simple exercises like deep breathing, meditation, or even taking a walk can help you stay anchored in the present. It's also helpful to reframe your perspective on the past. Rather than seeing past mistakes as failures, view them as learning opportunities. Each experience, no matter how painful, can teach us valuable lessons if we allow ourselves to see them that way. This shift in mindset can transform regret into wisdom and growth. Letting go of the past doesn't mean ignoring it or pretending it didn't happen. It's about accepting it, learning from it, and then moving on. One practical method to achieve this is through journaling. Write down your thoughts and feelings about past events and then reflect on what you've learned from them. This process can provide clarity and a sense of closure. Another important aspect is forgiveness. This can be incredibly challenging, especially if you've been deeply hurt. But holding on to anger and resentment only harms you in the long run. Forgiving doesn't mean you condone what happened. It means you're choosing to release the emotional hold it has on you. This can be liberating and pave the way for healing and peace. Surround yourself with positive influences and activities that bring you joy. Engaging in hobbies, spending time with loved ones, and setting new goals can help shift your focus from the past to the present and future. Create new memories and experiences that reinforce your ability to live in the moment. I remember a time when I was deeply stuck in the past. I kept replaying a failed business venture in my mind, feeling regret and shame. It consumed so much of my mental and emotional energy. But once I decided to shift my focus to what I could do now, starting new projects, learning from my mistakes, and connecting with supportive people, I felt a tremendous sense of relief and empowerment. My life started moving forward again, and I found new opportunities and successes. Living in the past can be a significant barrier to personal growth and happiness. It's crucial to acknowledge and accept what's happened, learn from it, and then let it go. By doing so, you open yourself up to new experiences, opportunities, and a more fulfilling life. Reflect on whether you're holding on to past events that are holding you back. If so, take proactive steps to address them and shift your focus to the present and future. Remember, you have the power to shape your life moving forward, regardless of what's happened before. Number 3, unnecessary stress. Stress is a natural part of life, but not all stress is necessary or beneficial. Often, we find ourselves overwhelmed by pressures that we could manage or even eliminate. So, let's talk about how to identify and reduce unnecessary stress. First, it's important to understand that not all stress is bad. Stress can motivate us to meet deadlines, tackle challenges, and achieve our goals. However, when stress becomes chronic and overwhelming, it takes a toll on our physical and mental health. Unnecessary stress often comes from situations we can control or adjust, and recognizing these sources is the first step towards managing them. One common source of unnecessary stress is overcommitting ourselves. Many of us have a hard time saying no, whether it's to extra work assignments, social engagements, or favors for friends and family. This constant state of being overbooked can lead to burnout. To combat this, start setting clear boundaries. Assess your schedule and priorities and learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals or well-being. It's not about being selfish. It's about preserving your energy for what truly matters. Another significant source of stress is poor time management. When we procrastinate or fail to plan our days effectively, tasks pile up and deadlines loom, creating a sense of panic. To improve your time management, try breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Use tools like to-do lists, calendars, or productivity apps to organize your tasks and set realistic deadlines. The Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused intervals with breaks in between, can also boost productivity and reduce stress. Financial worries are another major stressor for many people. Uncertainty about money can cause significant anxiety, but there are ways to mitigate this stress. Start by creating a budget to track your income and expenses. Identify areas where you can cut back and make a plan to build an emergency fund. If debt is a concern, look into strategies for paying it down systematically. Financial stress is often about the unknown, so gaining a clear understanding of your financial situation can provide a sense of control and relief. Workplace stress is another area where many of us struggle. Whether it's an overwhelming workload, difficult colleagues, or a lack of control over our tasks, work-related stress can follow us home and affect our overall well-being. To manage this, try to establish clear boundaries between work and personal life. This might mean not checking emails after a certain hour or creating a dedicated workspace if you work from home. Communicate with your supervisors about your workload and seek support or adjustments if needed. Sometimes even small changes can make a big difference. Another source of unnecessary stress is our own mindset. Negative thinking patterns such as catastrophizing, expecting the worst to happen, or perfectionism can amplify stress. To combat this, practice mindfulness and positive thinking. When you catch yourself in a negative thought loop, pause and reframe your thoughts. Ask yourself if the situation is as dire as you think, or if there's a more balanced perspective. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and yoga can also help calm your mind and reduce stress. It's also vital to take care of your physical health. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep are foundational to managing stress. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Eating a nutritious diet provides the energy and nutrients your body needs to cope with stress. And never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. It's essential for emotional regulation and cognitive function. Creating a support system is another key strategy. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist about what's stressing you out. Sometimes, just voicing your worries can lighten the load. Other people can offer perspectives, advice, and encouragement that you might not see on your own. Don't hesitate to lean on your support network when you need it. Reflecting on my own experiences, I used to let stress control my life. I'd take on too many responsibilities, neglect my health, and constantly worry about things outside my control. It wasn't until I started setting boundaries, managing my time better, and focusing on self-care that I noticed a significant reduction in my stress levels. I felt more in control, happier, and healthier. While stress is an inevitable part of life, much of it can be managed or eliminated. By setting boundaries, improving time management, addressing financial concerns, managing workplace stress, adopting a positive mindset, taking care of your physical health, and creating a support system, you can significantly reduce unnecessary stress. Number 4, always saying yes. While being helpful and accommodating can be positive traits, constantly saying yes can lead to burnout, resentment, and a loss of control over your own life. Learning to say no is a powerful skill that can help you maintain your well-being and stay true to your priorities. Let's explore why it's important to stop always saying yes and how to do it effectively. First, let's understand why we tend to say yes all the time. Often, it's because we want to be liked and accepted. We fear that saying no might make others think we're unkind or uncooperative. Sometimes, it's driven by a sense of obligation or guilt, feeling that we have to help out even when it inconveniences us. However, consistently putting others' needs above our own can leave us feeling overwhelmed and depleted. Saying yes to everything can have several negative impacts. It can lead to overcommitment, where your schedule becomes so packed that you have no time for yourself. This can result in stress, fatigue, and even physical health problems. When you're spread too thin, the quality of your work and the time you spend with loved ones can suffer. You might start to feel resentment towards those who ask for your help, which can strain relationships. Over time, you may lose sight of your own goals and values as you spend all your energy meeting others' expectations. So, how do you break the habit of always saying yes? The first step is to recognize that it's okay to say no. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's a way to ensure that you have the time and energy to take care of yourself and the things that matter most to you. Here are some practical tips to help you start saying no more effectively. Start by assessing your commitments. Take a close look at your schedule and see where your time is going. Identify tasks and commitments that don't align with your goals or that drain your energy. This will give you a clear picture of where you need to set boundaries. When someone asks you for something, don't feel pressured to respond immediately. Give yourself permission to take a moment to think about it. A simple response like, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you," can give you the time you need to decide if you can realistically take on the request. Learn to be direct but polite. You don't need to provide a lengthy explanation for saying no. A straightforward response like, "I'm sorry, but I can't commit to that right now," is sufficient. Being honest and clear is the best approach. It can also help to suggest an alternative. If you want to help but can't commit fully, offer a smaller way to assist. For example, you could say, "I can't help with the entire project, but I can contribute to this specific part." This shows that you're still willing to help within your limits. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice saying no, the more comfortable it will become. Start with smaller, low-stakes situations and gradually work up to bigger requests. Over time, you'll build confidence in setting boundaries. Understand that other people's reactions are not your responsibility. Some people may be disappointed or even upset when you say no, but that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Your primary responsibility is to take care of your own well-being. It's also crucial to communicate your boundaries clearly to those around you. Let your friends, family, and colleagues know that you're working on managing your commitments more effectively. Most people will understand and respect your need to set limits. Reflecting on my own experience, there was a time when I said yes to almost everything. Extra projects at work, social events, favors for friends, and I ended up feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. It wasn't until I started setting clear boundaries and prioritizing my own needs that I found a better balance. I realized that I could still be helpful and supportive without sacrificing my well-being. Always saying yes can lead to stress, burnout, and a loss of control over your life. By learning to set boundaries and say no when necessary, you can protect your time and energy, focus on what truly matters to you, and maintain healthier, more balanced relationships. Remember, it's not about shutting people out. It's about being realistic and kind to yourself. Number 5, making excuses. Now let's talk about something that can subtly but powerfully hold you back: the habit of making excuses. Excuses can be a barrier to achieving your goals, improving your life, and reaching your full potential. Let's explore why we make excuses, how they impact us, and practical steps to overcome this habit. We all make excuses at times. They often stem from fear, self-doubt, or a desire to avoid discomfort. For instance, you might tell yourself, "I'm too tired to exercise. I don't have time to start that project," or "I'm not skilled enough to apply for that job." While these excuses might seem valid in the moment, they usually mask deeper insecurities or a fear of failure. By making excuses, we protect ourselves from the risk of trying and possibly failing, but we also limit our opportunities for growth and success. Excuses can have several negative impacts on your life. They prevent you from taking action and making progress toward your goals. Over time, the habit of making excuses can erode your self-confidence and create a cycle of procrastination and inaction. You might start to believe your own excuses, convincing yourself that you're not capable or worthy of achieving more. This can lead to feelings of frustration, regret, and a sense of being stuck. So how do you break free from the habit of making excuses? The first step is to become aware of when you're making an excuse. Pay attention to your thoughts and words. When you catch yourself making an excuse, pause, ask yourself if it's truly valid or if it's a way to avoid taking action. Being honest with yourself is crucial. Next, challenge your excuses. If you think, "I don't have time," look at how you're spending your day. Are there activities that you could cut back on or eliminate to make time for what's important? Often, we use the excuse of being too busy to avoid tasks that seem daunting or uncomfortable. By reassessing your priorities and managing your time better, you can find opportunities to work on your goals. Another effective strategy is to break your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming and lead to excuses about why you can't start. By breaking them down into smaller tasks, each step feels more achievable, and you can build momentum as you complete each one. For example, instead of saying, "I don't have time to write a book," start with writing 1 page a day. Over time, these small actions add up and move you closer to your goal. Accountability can also be a powerful tool. Share your goals with a friend, family member, or mentor who can encourage you and hold you accountable. Knowing that someone else is aware of your intentions can motivate you to follow through. Additionally, consider joining a group or community with similar goals. Surrounding yourself with supportive and motivated individuals can inspire you to stay committed. It's also important to address the underlying fears and beliefs that drive your excuses. Often, we make excuses because we fear failure or doubt our abilities. Challenge these negative beliefs by focusing on your strengths and past successes. Remind yourself of times when you overcame challenges and achieved your goals. Building self-confidence and a positive mindset can reduce the temptation to make excuses. Another technique is to visualize the benefits of taking action versus the cost of inaction. Imagine how great you'll feel after completing a task or achieving a goal. Conversely, consider how you'll feel if you continue to make excuses and stay where you are. This contrast can provide the motivation needed to push through discomfort and take action. Reflecting on my own journey, I used to make excuses about why I couldn't pursue certain opportunities. I'd tell myself I wasn't ready or that the timing wasn't right. But when I started challenging these excuses and taking small steps forward, I realized that many of my fears were unfounded. The more I took action, the more my confidence grew and the fewer excuses I made. Remember, making excuses can hold you back from achieving your goals and reaching your full potential. By becoming aware of your excuses, challenging them, breaking tasks into smaller steps, seeking accountability, addressing underlying fears, and visualizing the benefits of action, you can overcome this habit and make significant progress in your life. Remember, taking even the smallest step forward is better than standing still. Number 6, having a fixed mindset. Understanding and moving beyond a fixed mindset to adopt a growth mindset is crucial for achieving your potential and leading a fulfilling life. A fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed traits. You're either born with them or you're not. People with a fixed mindset often think, "I'm just not good at this," or "I'll never be able to do that." They see failure as a reflection of their inherent limitations rather than an opportunity to learn and grow. In contrast, a growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges, see effort as the path to mastery, and view setbacks as a chance to improve. Having a fixed mindset can lead to several negative outcomes. It can cause you to avoid challenges for fear of failure, stick to what you know, and shy away from new opportunities. This limits your experiences and hampers personal and professional growth. When you believe your talents are fixed, you're less likely to put in the effort needed to improve, which can result in stagnation. Additionally, a fixed mindset can lead to giving up easily when faced with obstacles, as you might see them as insurmountable proof of your limitations. To shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, start by becoming aware of your self-talk and beliefs. Pay attention to when you say things like, "I can't do this," or "I'm not smart enough." Challenge these thoughts by reminding yourself that abilities can be developed. Replace fixed mindset statements with growth-oriented ones, such as, "I can learn to do this with practice," or "I can improve with effort." Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, see them as a chance to expand your skills and knowledge. Remember that growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. When you face a challenge, focus on what you can learn from the experience rather than fearing failure. Celebrate the effort and progress, not just the outcome. Effort is a critical component of the growth mindset. Recognize that hard work and persistence are essential to developing any skill. Talent might give you a head start, but effort and dedication determine how far you'll go. When you encounter difficulties, don't see them as a sign to give up. Instead, view them as a natural part of the learning process. Understand that making mistakes and encountering setbacks are normal and valuable aspects of growth. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. When you fail, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? And how can I do better next time?" This shift in perspective turns failures into stepping stones for success. Seek feedback actively. Feedback is a valuable tool for growth, but it can be hard to accept if you have a fixed mindset. Instead of taking criticism personally, use it to identify areas for improvement. Constructive feedback helps you see your blind spots and provides guidance on how to enhance your skills. Look for mentors or peers who can offer insights and support your development. Cultivate curiosity and a love for learning. Approach new subjects and skills with enthusiasm and an open mind. Lifelong learning keeps your mind flexible and adaptable, qualities that are essential for a growth mindset. Engage in activities that challenge you and expose you to new ideas and perspectives. Surround yourself with people who have a growth mindset. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. Spend time with individuals who encourage learning, embrace challenges, and support your efforts to grow. Their positive influence can reinforce your commitment to developing a growth mindset. Reflecting on my own experience, I once believed I wasn't a math person. I struggled with math in school and assumed I simply didn't have the talent for it. This fixed mindset prevented me from putting in the effort to improve. However, when I started adopting a growth mindset, I approached math with the belief that I could get better with practice. I sought help, practiced regularly, and slowly but surely improved my skills. This experience taught me that my abilities were not set in stone and that I could achieve more by embracing challenges and persisting through difficulties. Having a fixed mindset can significantly limit your potential and growth. By recognizing and challenging fixed mindset beliefs, embracing challenges, valuing effort, learning from mistakes, seeking feedback, and cultivating a love for learning, you can develop a growth mindset. This shift will open up new opportunities and help you achieve your goals. Number 7, always trying to please others. While it's natural to want to be liked and to help those around us, constantly prioritizing others' needs over our own can lead to stress, resentment, and a loss of self-identity. Let's explore why this happens, how it impacts us, and practical steps to find a healthier balance. People-pleasing often stems from a deep-seated need for approval and acceptance. This behavior can be rooted in childhood experiences, societal expectations, or a fear of rejection and conflict. When we try to please everyone, we believe it will lead to harmony and approval, but this is rarely the case. Instead, it often results in us feeling overburdened, undervalued, and disconnected from our true selves. The negative impacts of always trying to please others are significant. When you prioritize others' needs at the expense of your own, you can end up neglecting your personal goals and well-being. Over time, this can lead to burnout, stress, and a sense of emptiness. You might also start to feel resentment towards those you're trying to please, which can strain relationships. Furthermore, by constantly seeking external validation, you can lose touch with your own desires and values, leading to a weakened sense of self. To break the cycle of people-pleasing, start by recognizing when you're doing it. Pay attention to moments when you agree to things you don't want to do, or when you suppress your own opinions to avoid conflict. Acknowledge these patterns without judgment. Awareness is the first step towards change. Next, work on building your self-worth and confidence. Remind yourself that your value doesn't depend on others' approval. Practice self-affirmation and positive self-talk to reinforce your self-esteem. Remember, it's okay to have boundaries and to prioritize your own needs. Setting clear boundaries is crucial. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about defining what is acceptable and what isn't in your interactions with others. Learn to say no without guilt. Understand that you have the right to protect your time and energy. When you decline a request, be polite but firm. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation. A simple, "I'm sorry, I can't commit to that," is enough. Prioritize your own needs and goals. Make a list of what's important to you and allocate time and resources to these areas. When you have a clear sense of your priorities, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with them. This doesn't mean you stop helping others, but you do so in a way that doesn't compromise your well-being. Practice assertiveness. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs directly and respectfully. It's about standing up for yourself while also respecting others. Start small. Practice assertiveness in low-stakes situations and gradually work up to more challenging ones. For example, if a friend asks you to do something you're not comfortable with, you might say, "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to focus on my own projects right now." It's also helpful to reframe your thinking. Understand that you can't please everyone, and that's okay. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who disagrees or is dissatisfied. Instead of striving for universal approval, focus on staying true to your values and doing what's right for you. Seek support from others who understand and respect your need to set boundaries. Surround yourself with people who value you for who you are, not just for what you can do for them. Having a supportive network can make it easier to stand firm in your decisions. Reflecting on my own journey, there was a time when I constantly put others' needs before my own. I feared disappointing people and avoided conflict at all costs. This led to feelings of exhaustion and resentment. It wasn't until I started setting boundaries and prioritizing my own needs that I felt a sense of relief and empowerment. I realized that I could still be kind and helpful without sacrificing my well-being. Number 8, procrastination, a habit that almost everyone struggles with at some point. It's the art of delaying or postponing tasks, often to the point where it becomes detrimental to our productivity and well-being. Procrastination can be a significant barrier to achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy or poor time management. It often stems from deeper psychological factors. Fear of failure, perfectionism, feeling overwhelmed by the task, or even a lack of motivation can all contribute to procrastination. When faced with a daunting task, we often seek immediate gratification by doing something more enjoyable or easier, which temporarily relieves stress, but ultimately increases it when deadlines loom. The impacts of procrastination are numerous. It leads to stress and anxiety as deadlines approach, and the pressure to complete tasks intensifies. This stress can affect your physical health, causing issues like headaches, sleep disturbances, and a weakened immune system. Procrastination also diminishes the quality of your work. When tasks are rushed at the last minute, they're often not done to the best of your ability, which can impact your performance and reputation. Over time, chronic procrastination can lead to a cycle of guilt and self-blame, eroding your self-esteem and making it even harder to break the habit. So how do you overcome procrastination? The first step is to recognize when and why you're procrastinating. Pay attention to the tasks you tend to avoid and the reasons behind it. Are you afraid of failing? Do you feel overwhelmed? Understanding the root cause can help you address the underlying issues. One effective strategy is to break tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. Large projects can seem overwhelming, leading to avoidance. By dividing them into smaller steps, each part feels more achievable, and you can build momentum as you complete each one. For example, if you need to write a report, start with creating an outline, then work on one section at a time. Setting specific, realistic goals can also help combat procrastination. Instead of vague goals like work on the project, set clear, measurable goals like write 500 words of the report. This specificity provides a clear direction and makes it easier to track your progress. Use time management techniques to structure your work. The Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused intervals, usually 25 minutes, followed by short breaks, can boost productivity and make tasks seem less daunting. During these intervals, eliminate distractions and fully commit to the task at hand. Eliminating distractions is crucial. Identify what tends to divert your attention. It might be your phone, social media, or even a cluttered workspace. Create an environment conducive to focused work by minimizing these distractions. This might mean turning off notifications using website blockers or organizing your workspace. Motivation plays a significant role in overcoming procrastination. Find ways to make tasks more engaging or rewarding. This might involve setting up a reward system for completing tasks or finding aspects of the work that you enjoy. Additionally, connecting the task to a larger goal or purpose can provide motivation. Remind yourself why the task is important and how it contributes to your overall goals. Accountability can be a powerful motivator. Share your goals and deadlines with a friend, family member, or colleague who can help keep you on track. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments can provide the extra push needed to stay focused. Addressing underlying fears and beliefs is also essential. If fear of failure or perfectionism is causing procrastination, challenge these negative thoughts. Remind yourself that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growth. Aim for progress, not perfection, and be kind to yourself when things don't go perfectly. Number 9, unhealthy habits. Unhealthy habits can take many forms, from poor eating and lack of exercise to negative thinking patterns and substance abuse. These habits can significantly impact your physical health, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. Unhealthy habits often develop as coping mechanisms or as responses to stress, boredom, or emotional distress. For instance, you might reach for junk food when you're stressed, skip exercise because you're tired, or turn to alcohol to unwind after a long day. These behaviors provide temporary relief or pleasure, but in the long run, they can lead to serious consequences. The impacts of unhealthy habits are profound. Physically, poor diet and lack of exercise can lead to weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, and other health issues. Substance abuse can damage organs, impair cognitive function, and lead to addiction. Mentally negative thinking patterns can cause anxiety, depression, and lower self-esteem. Unhealthy habits can also affect your relationships, work performance, and overall happiness. So, how do you break free from unhealthy habits? The first step is to identify and acknowledge them. Be honest with yourself about the habits that are harming you. Track your behaviors for a week to see patterns and triggers. Understanding what prompts your unhealthy habits is crucial for addressing them. Once you've identified your unhealthy habits, the next step is to understand why you engage in them. Are you eating junk food because it's convenient and comforting? Are you skipping exercise because you feel too tired after work? Understanding the underlying reasons helps you address the root causes rather than just the symptoms. Replacing unhealthy habits with healthier alternatives is key. If you're prone to stress eating, find other ways to manage stress, such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or going for a walk. If you skip exercise because you're tired, try working out at a different time of day when you have more energy, or choose a form of exercise that you find enjoyable. Start small and set realistic goals. Trying to change too many habits at once can be overwhelming and lead to failure. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. For example, if you want to eat healthier, start by incorporating more fruits and vegetables into your diet rather than overhauling your entire eating plan. Small, incremental changes are more sustainable and less daunting. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your healthy choices. This might mean finding a workout buddy, joining a support group, or simply spending more time with friends and family who have healthy habits. Additionally, modify your environment to reduce temptations. For example, keep healthy snacks readily available and remove junk food from your home. Use positive reinforcement to stay motivated. Reward yourself for making healthy choices. This could be something small, like enjoying a favorite activity or treating yourself to a new book. Positive reinforcement helps build a connection between healthy behaviors and pleasure, making it more likely you'll stick with them. Develop a routine that incorporates healthy habits. Consistency is crucial for forming new habits. Schedule regular exercise, plan your meals ahead of time, and set aside time for relaxation and self-care. Having a routine helps make healthy behaviors automatic and less reliant on willpower. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Breaking unhealthy habits and forming new ones takes time and effort. There will be setbacks, and that's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Instead, acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and get back on track. Remember, progress is not linear, and every small step forward is a victory. In conclusion, eliminating these 9 things from your life can lead to profound positive changes. By recognizing and addressing these behaviors, you can pave the way for personal growth, better mental and physical health, and a more fulfilling life. Remember, the journey to a better you is ongoing, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. Celebrate your progress and be kind to yourself along the way. We hope these insights have been helpful and that you feel inspired to make positive changes in your life. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.